Let's talk about how I booked my first big screen acting role on Bad Boys Ride or Die without an agent. You guys asked, we listened, here's the story time. So here's what happened. I was working on another job called Grand Theft Lotto or Jackpot. It's coming out on Prime soon. And while I was at work, I had a stunt coordinator that I was talking to. Shout out to Mark Mashoni. And while we were chatting, my phone starts ringing. I kind of look at him and he looks at my phone screen, and on the phone screen it says Greg Rementer. He is absolutely one of my favorite stunt coordinators. He is a legend in stunt performing, stunt coordinating, and second unit directing. And so when I saw that and he saw that, he looked at me and he said, looks like you got a 10-1. You should take that. Now, 10-1 is code word for go use the bathroom in film. So 10-1 it is. I ran outside and I was like, and I answer him and he goes, hey, so I'm working on my next project. I have a part that I think you're absolutely perfect for. Do you have an acting reel? And I was like, no-ish, but what do you need to see? And he says, I just want to see you terrified, crying, screaming. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm at work right now, but as soon as I get off set and I'm wrapped, I will get that to you. Turns out it was a really long day and I didn't wrap until about 10, 11 p.m. By the time I got home, it was close to midnight. I wake up my husband and I'm like, hey, I need you to help me self-tape something. And he was like, okay, yeah, sure. By the time we start recording this self-tape, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and Greg needs it for 8 a.m. I'm exhausted, but I pull it together. We kind of come up with this scene because I don't have an actual script of what I'm supposed to be acting. So we make this little scene about me being held hostage. Little did I know, we were right on the nose. We end up getting about 30 seconds of me pleading for my life in front of the camera, and I send it over. I had to apologize for sending it to him so late, and he messages me back at 8 o'clock in the morning and he's like, hey, that's no problem. This actually shows a lot of initiative. I'm proud of you. I will get this in front of the directors. Right in front of the directors. I, needless to say, was nervous, anxious, pacing back and forth while I was at my other job. I finally get a call right before we break for lunch. Greg's calling again with some of the best news of my life. He says, hey, the directors loved you. We would like to book you. And I was like, oh my God, yes. And he was like, now here's the breakdown. Are you comfortable with that? And I was like, absolutely. Anything that you think is good for me, I trust you, I'm in. I'm forever grateful. But we were about, I wanna say like 6 months out. So there was a good bit of time in between. Fast forward, we get closer to the Bad Boys shoot date. I get called to work 6 weeks on another job and they're conflicting dates. And I don't want to double book, but I really want to do both. I knew immediately upon hearing that they were conflicting dates that my heart was set on Bad Boys. I called that other coordinator and I turned down 6 weeks of work. Greg had gotten on the phone with me and gave me some of the best advice of my career, and I knew that that's where my heart lied. Trusting in the universe, it delivered. Dates moved around and I was able to work the 6 weeks on that other job, wrapped just in time to work the Bad Boys dates. So the reason why I didn't have to go through your traditional audition with an agent and submit to a casting director and then wait to hear back was because it was actually a stunt acting role. And I am a stunt performer, and Greg Rementer knew me because I had worked with him for a few months on some other stuff. The role actually was when I I had to be able to take a good selling reaction and had my body kind of laying on top of him. And then as an unalived body, I can't really break my fall. And he was just very casually shucking my body off of him. So I was going like face first into the ground. And because I was in a bathing suit, I didn't have any pad to break the fall. I remember every time that I would land, my stunt coordinator would be right there, Kyle McLean, and he would just be waiting for me to like open up my eye and be like, thumbs up, I'm okay. And so we did him shucking me off so many times, maybe like 12, 15, 20 times. My little body just boop. Then there was a whole nother line when Derek came around and would say, what a waste. And then he'd like leave. It was really funny, but I think that the way that they cut it in the edit was mwah, chef's kiss. And I think that they did such a fantastic job with the movie in general. Now, here's an Easter egg for you guys. If you watch my scene on Bad Boys, when we reach for the gun, my knee is all cut up and bruised. And it was because I had just wrapped a fight scene the night before. before. It was just such a phenomenal experience. Eric Dane is so sweet, talented, and so respectful. He made it very comfortable and easy to work with him, and we played off of each other very well. We had Steven in there as the banker. He was so awesome, world-class talent. And my good buddy, Derek, he was so funny. It was just so easy to play off of each other. I'm forever grateful for everybody there. Shout out to Adil and Bilal because they were such phenomenal directors. They were so fun. It was just such a phenomenal experience. Bad Boys Ride or Die. Watch it in theaters now.